We do need to invest more in state education because education is a driver of productivity and social mobility. CEP research shows that investing in education does pay off. So if you spend £1,000 a year in primary school, after 4 years, students will have made 4 months of additional progress. And this is very policy relevant because of learning loss during the COVID pandemic, and also because per pupil expenditure has decreased in real terms in recent years. Education economists think that teachers are the most important school input. At CEP we've been doing research on whether good teaching can be taught, and we find that yes, it can. We've done that using national initiatives of the Literacy Hour of the 1990s and synthetic phonics of the 2000s, and in both cases we find that how children learn to read really matters, and it matters more for struggling readers. That has long-term impacts on them. The UK exam system does affect students' prospects. In our research we found that if you just miss getting a good grade in GCSE English, that your chances of getting onto an upper secondary programme or even going to university are much reduced. So the problem is that when people do badly in GCSEs, doors are closed to them. So our research suggests that it's really important to improve progression prospects for all students, but particularly for students who leave school with poor results. Well, apprenticeships are one of the best known options for people who may not want to go to university. In our research we've shown that there is a return to doing an apprenticeship, but that return varies a lot depending on the sector that you go into. For example, they're quite very high in things like engineering, which tends to be popular with boys, and much lower in something in child development, which tends to be popular with girls. So one of the policy conclusions from all this is it's important to inform young people about things like the returns and about the careers generally before they have to make decisions. Well, all students have really lost out because of the COVID pandemic, and some much more than others. So the research suggests that learning loss has been very substantial, especially for people from poorer backgrounds. But as to the future, a lot of that depends on decisions we make, because all is not lost, recovery is possible. So it depends on to what extent we invest in good catch-up programs and other types of support in schools, colleges and universities. It also depends on availability of second chances for adults and young people as they get older. And these are the questions that we're going to be looking at CEP in the future.